JD Vance shuts Margaret Brennan down for trying the groceries are expensive. Gotcha. And damn. He breaks it down. The way JD Vance can break things down on a simple level so for anyone to understand is amazing. The way he articulates things, I think, is really, really awesome. I wish I was as good as articulating things as JD Vance is because he really breaks it down and he breaks it down simply and makes it makes Margaret look stupid for asking the question because it was actually it's actually simple economics here, and she asked this stupid question. So we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, and also check out my playlist for my daily my daily news wrap up, where you can get like a whole bunch of the news for the day, and that way you're informed. So check that out as well. All right, so let's get into this news now. This comes from Twitchy, and they report that President Trump has been in office not quite a week, and already the left and media, same difference, I love that, are trying to blame him for everything that Biden did to this country. We knew that was going to happen. I mean, what else? What else do you think the mainstream media was going to do? You think they were going to really going to jump on board with Trump's agenda? You really think that? Of course, if you're spent any time, I think that's a typo. If you spend any time at all on social media, you know morons are screeching about the cost of eggs. Although when you do look up data for eggs, you will see the current data was released on January 15th and covers December. Of course, we know Donald Trump hadn't taken office until January 20th, right? So you know when Biden was supposedly still president, right? That was what I'm just saying. Like, how can you blame him for it? The man only hasn't even been in office for a week yet. That's crazy. Vice President J.D. Vance went on Face the Nation this morning, and he did exactly what you expect. He owned Margaret Brennan, especially about the cost of groceries. So let's get to this clip here. Here we go.
And there was record oil and gas production.
Yes, Joe Biden did
But the price of
many
eggs,
terrible things
things that
to
people
lead to an
see-
increase in prices. I agree, Margaret.
No, but all the things you experience at the grocery store are what people touch and feel. That's what you were talking about, bacon on the campaign trail.
Of course, of course.
You see, if you were talking about bacon on the campaign trail, like, let's get this, make this clear. These prices are the way they are because of Biden. Like, how can you, like, Trump is not going to automatically get in office in like 5, 6 days, and automatically the price of eggs and stuff and bacon is going to go down. Like, they're not even being realistic here. This is crazy. But I'm gonna let him cook. He about to cook here. I'm gonna let him cook. Here we go.
Those things, when do consumers actually get to touch and feel a difference in their lives?
Well, but Margaret, how does bacon get to the grocery store? It comes on trucks that are fueled by diesel fuel. If the diesel's way too expensive, the bacon's going to become more expensive. How do we grow the bacon? Our farmers need energy to produce it. So if we lower energy prices, we are going to see lower prices for consumers, and that is what we're trying to fight for.
I mean, obviously. Um, and that was what he tweeted out. He said President Trump's action to bring down energy costs won't just benefit Americans at the gas pump. Lower the energy prices mean lower costs for Americans at the grocery store and in every other aspect of their lives. I mean, this is simple. It's like this is nothing. This is not like break. What's the word I'm looking for? This is not like groundbreaking stuff here. This is simple economics 101. You lower the cost of energy, everything else will follow. I mean, it's simple. Well, when we first heard about the interview, we saw many people in conservative media sort of grumbling that he would choose such a leftist rag for his first interview as our VP. But we get it. He wanted to go in and shut it all down from the get go, right? Yeah. And he did just that. Yeah, he did. I mean, the way he breaks it down, and then the way he break it down, I mean, it's simple. Fugitive Mama had posted on X, said, "Well explained. Even a second grader or a journalist can understand you, JD." Thank you. That's what I'm saying. The only thing that would have made it clearer is if Vance broke out the puppets and the crayons. Hilarious, hilarious. Chris Rosa said, I love how simply he lays out the problem and how they'll deal with it. Yeah. Camilla Harris would have mentioned her mom 3 times by the end of the video. Yeah, I come from a middle class family, and my mom, raised us with black folk and all these other things. We knew the struggle, and my neighbors kept the grass cut and had small businesses, and I understand your plight. Like all these platitudes that Camilla Harris always say, it's just ridiculous. Camilla would have babbled about growing up in the middle class. She would have blamed Trump. She would have waved her hands around a lot while never once talking about the solution because, like Joe, she didn't have one. Because think about it. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a Democrat? Could you imagine Joe Biden or Kamala Harris coming out saying, we're going to pump more oil to bring down costs for y'all? Could you imagine a Democrat actually talking about producing more oil, more energy for the country? It's like they hate America. It's like they um, hate prosperity. Everything they do, everything they push, actually hurt the average American. Actually hurt the people that they claim they want to help. It's ridiculous. Then we got Give Me 3 Steps. He said, Margaret is one of those quote journalists whose shoe size is bigger than her IQ. That's just wrong. Internet is relentless. Wow. Something like that. And then you got Fadi Granum. He said, it starts with lower energy costs. Everything else will follow. Common sense. Yep, yep, yep. Common sense. Yep. Something we have not seen in this country for the past 4 years. Absolutely. The grown-ups are back in charge. It's common sense. We're actually putting the average person before we put before other people. The average American citizen, we're actually being put first for once. We haven't seen anything like this in the past 4 years. About time. Again, I love how JD Vance can just break this stuff down for anyone to understand. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.